Yeah. Okay, welcome to second topic with Dr. Melania, and the topic is sustainable food system for nutrition and affordable food or cost of diet. Okay, Dr. Melanie, the time is yours.
Okay, let's start the second session. I'll deliver the second session on the sustainable food system for nutrition and affordable food. Affordable food meaning like the cost, right? Whether I afford to buy Kentucky or no, right? One piece of chicken or two pieces of chicken. Just a joking. Kentucky is not quite healthy for you, yeah? Next slide. I try this one. Okay. Okay, see? Yeah. So when we talk healthier diet for all, it's not only from the food. Yeah. We have to do like exercise, especially the student sitting all the time. Yeah. We need to do exercise. Yeah. Biking, and also by doing that, not really like becoming like skinny, but you feel healthy to be active in your daily life. Okay. Okay, just give a color a little bit boring. So here is showing that the diversity of the food. I think in your country, maybe after this, if we have time, per group by country, please draw your daily meals recommended by your governments. In Indonesia, we have fill the plate, isi piringku. But for me, isi piringku is still high in carb. Yeah, still like 2/3 half. Yeah. So after this, okay, can you see this? Can you see that? I think too small, Bu, ya. Nanti I'll give later. So as you know that we have a sustainable development goals, yeah. Let's see the title of the no poverty. We are dreaming on no poverty. Yeah. But we have to set our goals as high as much as possible. No poverty, zero hungers. So especially for the zero hunger SDG 2, we are struggling in all SDGs because of the global crisis. Yeah. So end hunger, achieve food security, and improve nutrition and promote sustainable agriculture. This is the SDGs number 2. You will later can browse, yeah, its indicator. I will not explain here. Then if I explain that, we stay until night. And then this is more or less the zero hunger because we have still problem. I'll show you the latest state of food security nutrition a couple weeks ago, just released globally. So this is more or less, as you know that if 1, 2, 3, 1 is malnutrition. 1, 2, 3 is 1 is malnutrition. Yeah, here, yeah. Malnutrition or food insecurity. Because remember, food security at the last part, utilization is nutrition. Yeah. Okay. This is the magnitude of the problem according to this 2021. But I'll show you it's not changing so much for the last 3 years. Yeah. So the problems here is like around 3 billion people cannot afford a healthy diet, 3 billion. Globally, how many billion? It's around 7.28 billion. Yeah. Then they cannot afford the nutrient adequate diet, 1.5, and inside is the hungry. Hungry and famine definition is different. Yeah. Hungry when you don't have access to consume the food in all food type, yeah, for a certain period. Okay, I show you this just released, very hot, a couple, I think last week. So this is released by FAO together with WFP World Food Program with co-partners UNICEF, yeah, and IFAD on the state of food security and nutrition in the world 2024. It means like 2023 data. Yeah, 2024 it is 2023 data. And the title is Financing to End Hunger, Food Insecurity and Malnutrition in All Its Forms. Wow, but health financing is hard because ideally on the public health setting, one country at least 10% budget allocated to health. 10% at least, it should be like highest than 10%. Indonesia even not reach 10%. Yeah, because many like budget can be from program or for procurement from the utilities. Yeah, but now is the government is Indonesia is put the big effort to do like health transform, and the budget is health financing is increasing. Yeah. Okay, so we go here. Global hunger is persisting at the same level after COVID. So it's not a good sign. Hunger is the same for the last 3 years. Even COVID has already recovered, right? The prevalence of undernutrition, yeah, POU, changed very little in the last 3 years, and still affecting around, this is average, 9.1%, 9.5%, compare with the 2019. So it's like stuck. Urgent action is required to get back on track on achieving SDG 2. Yeah, 733 billion considering the mid-range is facing hunger. It's quite a lot, though. 733, yeah. Million, yeah, quite a lot. Then over 2.3 billion people in the world lack regular access. So access is a problem. Food accessibility is a problem. Yeah, to access the adequate food. Estimated 2.33 billion people were moderately and severely food insecure. This is the last one that we want to discuss. See, like healthy diet are out of reach for more than 2.8 billion people in the world. So achieving healthy diet is still challenging in the current global. Then we are not tracked on the 2030 SDG 2. So how can academia students also can contribute more through the research and development? Yeah. Okay. This is a quick glance of the framework of malnutrition. Yeah. There is the immediate cause. One is the inadequate dietary intakes, disease, and this is the easy one, the red color. The underlying is the health, care, and food. Inadequate access to food. Okay. I give example on this one is the data from Indonesia. Yeah. I think not only Indonesia. I give example data Indonesia because I know very well Indonesia data. Yeah. But you also can compare to your country from Philippines, from Japan, from even Netherlands. Yeah. We have still even Indonesia is categorized as a middle income country, but public health problem is still exists. Yeah. And this is the, gak keluar Pak. Okay, masih lama. Look at this. Anyone knows about the definition of malnutrition? Yeah, malnutrition defined by mal. Mal is anomaly. Mal. So undernutrition, overnutrition, and the last one is micronutrient deficiencies, or we call like hidden hunger. Yeah. So for the triple burden, for the undernutrition defined by stunting and wasting. Stunting is more chronicle and irreversible. Yeah. So Indonesia focus on the stunting because stunting will create problem when this child is growing up as adult. Yeah. Then the wasting in under 5. For wasting, it's still reversible if you can do direct intervention with the food aid or food assistant. So wasting, reversible. Stunting, no reversible. After 2 years old, the children, the brain development all stop. Even you want to give like 10 kilogram or meat, not working. Everything is stopped at 2 years old. Not from me. This is a global global knowledge. So we have to do like life cycle approach actually. And overweight. Overweight, obesity also is quite problematic. I think not only in Indonesia, but everywhere. Yeah. For those stunting children, when they are growing up, most of them will be obese. I repeat, stunted children, when they are growing up as adult or teen, they will have probability higher to be obese. Yeah. If obese, it means like you will have problem later on the non-communicable disease, cardiovascular disease, stroke, heart attack. Yeah. And this will burden the country on the health financing because it's very expensive, the treatment. Current minister, they have changed the way of Indonesia approach. Is more on the preventive medicine and promotion. Yeah. Then see like, if you look at this, there is a meaning, yeah, the icon. So 35%. If we have 3, 1 obese. 30% have 3, 1 stunted. I took at if you look at risk case dash 2018, I just want to use this data because risk case dash is more comprehensive than after the SSGBI and SKI. Yeah. So if I compare this, I use the risk case dash, but Indonesia has been moving a lot on the stunted situation, stunting reduction program, because the government commitment is important. Yeah, now it's 20-something according to SKI, Survey Kesehatan Indonesia. And look at this. Wow, it's the anemic. If you have 10 pregnant women, 5 anemic. If you have women national average, 1 among 3 anemic. And in women's men age around 15-24, 30%. So this is actually also concerning. Yeah. So if calling like double burden, that's not correct, because to do anemia assessment, yeah, you have to take the blood. Yeah, it's not like magic. So the study using the blood sample is very expensive, and the sampling has to be developed carefully, because if you want to represent the national level, yeah, Indonesia is huge, more than 13,000 islands. So very unfortunate, we don't have so much data on the micronutrient. But usually if you are suffering the anemic, that already like multiples other vitamin minerals deficiencies. Plus, in your food, there is a climate impact. The agriculture's quality of the product also is reduced. So this is kind of like a complexity that cannot do like by single support or single intervention. Yeah. So this is a life cycle anemic. You see, like from the anemia in children, in women, men, it's even like elderly having problem. This is not my data, yeah. This is the government data. I use the risk case dash because the only data we have in 2018. The latest Survey Kesehatan Indonesia release, there is no data on the micronutrient. Yeah. Next, okay, next slide, or previous slide. Okay, according to Lancet, yeah, at least 1 micronutrient deficiency. So at the preschool age children and women reproductive age. Micronutrient deficiencies are more prevalent in South Asia and Sub-Saharan Africa. But be careful, because we can say this if you have data. Yeah? If we don't have data, it's hardly to say. But since I think with this global crisis, with the climate impact, guessing that the anemia is still a problem, because anemia, it will influence your productivity, your concentration at the school. Yeah? If you are anemic, you don't have so much energy to absorb, to use your brain, yeah, to think and to do the activity. Yeah. Who like the fruit vegetable here? Indonesia problem as well. We have many problems that need to be resolved on the public health. But we should think positively. We have to find the solution. It's not only presenting the problem. Okay. Then you see this. This is, I'm still using the risk case dash, yeah. I see like, let's see, only less than 5%, yeah, 3.2 and 3.2, yeah. You see, like, the recommendation portion by WHO is like 5% of the fruits and vegetable. You can go for fruits 2 portion and for vegetable 3 portion. You can use a glass of aqua, water, the glass, as your, let's say, roughly measurement. So can you eat like 5 aqua glasses content of the 2 fruits, 3 vegetables, type of? So now it's also starting individually eating fruit and vegetable if you want to go for healthier diet. This is, we have war with the marketing as well, because many, you prefer which one? The left side or right side? Right side, yeah? Tasty and chips, very good, yeah? Enak-enak. Enak banget, ya? Nah, that's why. But starting now, after my session, I want you to be an agent of change. Start to change. Change is from yourself, not from your parent. Hey, eat fruit, vegetable. And okay, I bring to the lunch box, then throw it out. Yeah. But this is for you are responsible for your healthy body, not any other cells. Yeah. So this is it's hard because this is like, they have very good marketing. Yeah. So we prefer to eat potato chips, etc. Eat the fresh food, vegetable will make you better. Yeah. Okay. Look at the global nutrient target. Still that the anemia is no progress, not only Indonesia, and I think all over the world we are. But I just came back sharing my, is that from Bangladesh here? I went to Bangladesh for social triangular cooperation with the high-level government authority. Actually, we learned a lot from Bangladesh country because they have a huge rice fortification program. The rice is content of other vitamin minerals, so it's not only carb and sugar. And also they have every 2 years in Bangladesh they have micronutrient survey every 2 years. So Bangladesh government has really committed to really accelerate the anemia prevalence. They also have a country strategic focusing on micronutrient. So we need to learn and implement later in years. Yeah. Okay, so this is actually the magnitude of inadequate food consumption as part of the last food security definition on the food utilization as a common denominator in all for malnutrition. Undernutrition, which one? Under? Standing wasting. Overnutrition? Micronutrient deficiencies? Anemia. And this will have this stunting and overweight, obesity will induce the later diabetes type 2 as well. Yeah. So overweight, easy to get heart problem, easy to get cardiovascular, others like stroke, and also this one is going up among the teen and youth. Yeah. So be careful with your coffee, reduce your sugar intake levels, yeah, and salt. Yeah. If you do cook at your home, you can manage all this according to your preference. But if you go to restaurants, maybe those people come there like the salty food, that you will eat salty food. And you eat the kentang goreng, french fry, you put a lot of salt. Yeah. So this one can create a high blood pressure as well. So this one is rising everywhere. Yeah. Nggak mau. Oh. Okay. Any question before I go to field nutrient gap analysis? Any question? No? Or you keep write down, yeah? Because the second session, I have more presentation. So if you look at this, we just did when I work with the World Food Program, but these are already published and owned by the government, so you can use this data as well. Yeah, it's already launched and published. I can share the full report later in PDF, I have it, so feel free if you want to read the, the thick one. In 2005-07, Ministry of Health requested to do like the cost of diet, because the cost of diet, you will also link to the food security concept, yeah. If the minimal cost of diet, people cannot assess, so the government should do something from different program like social protection to ensure that people are secure. On all definition of the food security, like availability, accessibility, utilization, and also the consumption. So if we look at this, the FNG, field nutrient gap analysis, we are talking on the cost of diet because we are talking on nutrition and linking with food security and food system. So there are two methodology lines. First is using the secondary data analysis, then review. Usually if you do research, you do the desk review. You collect all the references and you study that to characterize the food system and identify the possible intervention and entry points. And then there is a software name of cost of diet. So you put the raw data, then analyze in this software. We just do like at the national level, transfer the knowledge, but not all, because hardly to deliver. Many our national government somehow like the turnover staffing also quite. So this one is need more technicals. I don't bring you to nitty gritty, but this is the field nutrient gap is to understand the challenges by region, and we use the modeling intervention and inform prioritization intervention across the sectors. Remember the keyword is integration. So we have to do the integration. Not only nutrition enough is not sufficient. If not supporting by agriculture, for instance, like if not supporting by market stability, so from Ministry of Trade, for example. Yeah. Okay. Now, anyone knows about anyone can tell me on the definition of these three stairs like red, yellow, and the green one? Have you ever heard on this one? This is the global, I mean like everywhere use this one. So actually there are three types of diets, yeah. First is the energy sufficient diet, yeah. Ini enggak habis. Okay, energy sufficient diet. And then the second is the energy sufficient diet is only consists of the staple, like starch base, carb. And then the nutrient adequate diet is like 4 or 3 diverse food items, but nutritious food not really like diverse. The green one is the best healthy diet, is around 10 type of food. However, in this study, even we assess the nutritious, the yellow one, nutrient adequate diet, is still far behind. Yeah. If you look at this one is full. Okay. If you look at this, yeah, this field nutrient gap we assess in this one. Happy first because in Indonesia 12% cannot afford, cannot afford to assess the nutritious food. But remember, Indonesia is huge. Region to region, the disparity is different. Yeah, very huge gap. Okay. So if only staple is okay, less than 1% nationally. If nutritious adequate diet is around 12%, it's okay, yeah? Quite low, yeah? And then, wow, healthy diet is still far, 3 times. But we are not assessing this. We are assessing the nutritious diet first, then the previous one. Okay. Okay, we use the modeling scenario. Yeah, so we use the several modeling, like from the targeted intervention for vulnerable individuals. We analyze the supplementation. So this is a life cycle. Supplementation, adolescent, breastfeeding, and social assistance, and also the rice fortification, all the fortification part to increase the better content of the nutrient, yeah. And then this one is the social protection. So social protection helping the household level to earn their income through the cash transfer by the governments. Ini belum ini ya. Okay. Okay. The result, yeah, this is 2021, we need to update. Maybe getting worse, maybe getting better in certain region. Because this is a huge research around 1 year, yeah, to do like analysis. But I think it's still valid if I can share with you, and you can assess in the Google, field nutrient gap for Indonesia, it's available. Or I can give you the report. It's very interesting study actually. Across the country, 12%, right, national. But across the Indonesia country, the disparity is quite huge, from 4% to 53%. Yeah. Population, depending on the location, could not afford, tidak mampu, could not afford the lowest cost nutritious diet based on Susenas data. We use the Susenas data. Yeah. This one is before COVID. Yeah, even that, but after COVID, the food security and state more or less not so much change. Yeah. Then a lower cost nutritious diet in geographic area does not necessarily mean that it's more affordable. If one region having lower cost on the nutrition diet, but even lower cost, it doesn't mean the population can access, they have a purchasing power. Yeah. Okay, we got this. Look at huge Indonesia country. If you look at 12%, look at the dark blue. Yeah. I said that 12% Indonesia population, yeah, who do not have access to affordable diet. Yeah. But with this, it's even higher. In 53%, I think in Maluku Utara, North Maluku, yeah, non-affordability. And then the lowest, I think, in Banten. Not in Jakarta, even in Banten province. Yeah, better. So lowest, it means better. But higher, worse, yeah. So mostly in eastern part of Indonesia. But don't forget, in eastern part of Indonesia also impacted a lot by the climate, yeah. With the rainfall, the agriculture calendar changing, so diversity of the food also lesser in eastern part of Indonesia. I don't know who will be in, I spent my 20 years in eastern part of Indonesia, so I know well the situation. But is there any one of you visiting eastern part of Indonesia, like NTT or Papua or Maluku? Where were you? Ambon. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. See, like Maluku, Ambon also having problem on this one, the highest. So maybe after finish, you should go and work there, helping your community. We should be back. Because if like farmers, young farmer want to go all to the city, who will become the farmers generation? No. And no farmer, no food. Okay. Hope you can follow me. Understand? It's a bit complex, the second session. But I try to, ini nggak mau sih. Okay, wah kebanyakan. Okay, the other key message from this study, the Indonesia indicates significant progress in the fight against stunting. The first president, I think, in Indonesia, who's Pak Jokowi is prioritizing to nutrition. Yeah. Hopefully, the next school lunch also will help Indonesia to get better on nutrition program. Yeah. So the stunting, okay, yeah. But obesity, non-communicable disease, not okay. Because the impact of the stunting children, when they grow up, like your age, that's already start appear on the being obese. If you don't fight for the healthy diet, eat healthy diet, you just keep sedentary life. So people, I mean, like student like now is like sitting in the class. Yeah, I'm glad that you will go to the field next week. Yeah, to see the reality in the field. But non-communicable obesity and non-communicable disease are increasingly problem. If this increase, so budget will be spent for the social insurance BPJS to cover all. Many of you from the medical, right? So the cost for the cardiovascular disease, the cost for the stroke, the cost for say like other problem is very expensive. Yeah. And cancer also now is increasing as well. Yeah. It's the healthy food, healthy lifestyle are very important. So do from your, start from now. Yeah. Okay. Then even the data limitation from Susenas, yeah, evidence confirms that micronutrient deficiencies and their consequences are widespread. Yeah. Like anemia problems. If you're like adolescent girls, 30%, yeah, around 30%. So 10, around 3 to 4 suffering anemia. Yeah. And this adolescent girl will become a candidate of mama. Will become, I just bring you to the life cycle, candidate of the mothers. If from the the adolescent anemia becoming mother anemia, and then pregnant, if you learn in the medical term, we have hemodilution, natural. When you become pregnant, automatically the body will do like hemodilution, so anemia will get worse. Yeah. And with the anemia problems, pregnant, you will deliver a problem with baby. It's premature, low birth weight baby. And for this low birth weight baby, it's very hard to catch up on the height and weight faltering. So everywhere during the exclusive breastfeeding, the same. Not like American, like taller and big, but all the same during the exclusive breastfeeding. But start with the supplementary feeding, MPAC, 6 months, then the growth filtering is starting. So you believe with the food, you can take me as an example. I was a premature, my mom is placenta previa, myself, premature, less than 2, and then, but my mom give full exclusive breastfeeding, so I really believe in this because I have my own experience. And then my grandma did because I am the eldest grandchild, so it's a simple food. Like I live in small towns, but diverse with the vegetable, enriched with the like even like claw chickens, but mixing with the diverse like the diverse meal, and then can catch up. So I believe on this one. So we can do something to help your country. Yeah. So the poor dietary quality remain the common factor of underlying of malnutrition. Underlying malnutrition, remember the framework? Which one? What is the underlying malnutrition? What are the factors? Health, care, and food. Okay, this is the non-affordability food, yeah, is still, I think, the same. Okay. 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 Although the stunting continues to decline, yeah, because stunting reduction program with the strong political commitment from current president is quite declining, yeah. However, the malnutrition remain high and regional progress is uneven. If you see, like this is different non-affordability, POU different. So we cannot say the nationally fine, but you have to go down at the regional levels. Okay, we are talking now on the micronutrient. National data is limited, but there is sufficient evidence that micronutrient is still high. Yeah. We don't have so much data, but we can do as a benchmark. Okay, this one. The rate of anemia, look at the nationally, yeah, and females is higher than males because usually like getting like some the first what you call it, menstruation, yeah. If you have problem anemic, and then also problem to, especially the adolescent nutrition is important, the adolescent girls. And then urban is and rural higher, not so much different. And pregnant women, this also a big, quite high. And this is like some sport research done long ago. We also found that the zinc deficiency is also quite high at the national levels. And minimum dietary diversity, I do not talk on detail because usually minimum dietary diversity will also require one session, is quite nitty-gritty things. But MDD also problem, especially in Maluku and Jogja. Even Jogja is the city also problem on MDD, minimum dietary diversity. And the children from lower social economic status increased risk on the multiple deficiencies. So usually if you suffer one micronutrient, that's already like another micronutrients like together. Yeah. So multiple micronutrient disease difficult to measure, yeah, and very limited data in Indonesia. Giving example in Netherlands or Japan, do you have it, the micronutrient data regular? Yeah. Huh? Check it out, yeah, when you go back. Yeah. Philippines, you have it? How was the situation?
It's comparable to that of Indonesia.
Yeah. And then also the study using the blood is very expensive and not easy way. Yeah, because you have to take the blood from the kid. Yeah. Okay. And many like papers that you have to get like some agreement from the parent if their kid need to be taken the blood. And then the impair physical and intellectual development, like all for malnutrition, low quality diets is the main problem. So this is the main root cause. All of this is the diet. Yeah. Diet here term is the what you eat, yeah, not you want to diet for losing your weight. Okay, so this is, see, like there is like connectivity between stunting and overweight, yeah. You see, very high, huh? So if children suffer stunting, when they grow older, they will become obese. The probability is high. Okay. Underlying driving on the subnational, the cost, yeah, because Indonesia region. Okay. Diet in Indonesia remain heavily on the staple dependence. Who is not eating rice here? Steamed rice? Any do like keto diet or something? Because you are young people want to skip the carb. So diet here is heavily staple based, yeah, with 40% calorie from cereal or tubers. In Papua, they eat a lot of yam or cassava. I was in Papua quite long. And staple consumption is being replaced by processed food. So this is the most dangerous one. Yeah. Everything want to instant. Yeah. But processed food, ultra processed food is not healthy. So we have with the high sugar and high salt. Yeah. Now, this is the food expenditure. Prepared food is rising as a percentage of total food expenditures. Yeah, because of the high price of food. I hope you still follow me. It's still a lot, huh? Many factors. Okay, this is the consumer choice and behaviors. You are consumer, right? So you should smart on how you choose the food. Yeah. So food price. This also pricing. This also preference. For example, you like the yummy food, right? But you need to be health conscious person now, and nutritious conscious persons on how you choose your daily food. So food prices in Indonesia are among the highest in the region, with rice price. Our rice price in Indonesia is quite double compared to our neighbor country. Yeah, I remember last time if I went to supermarket. Do you know? I think this is the all young. Did you go to supermarket to purchase rice or not? Anyone? No. Okay. I think last year we still able to purchase 5 kilogram of premium rice with the price around 62,000 yeah, per 5 kilogram bag. And now even governments like import it, I think it's not below 75,000 in the market, or in the, maybe if you go to traditional market, it's a bit lower, but in average pricing in supermarket, I think the same. They never buy the rice in supermarket. mommy buy the rice. But you should know, because if you later that want to educate, you should know the price of the item. So the rice is quite expensive here. In Philippines, how much per kilogram of rice?
No, it's
in dollar?
50 to 55
$1.
pesos.
Yeah, more or less the same here. Netherlands, potato. You eat potato. 1 kilogram potato? No, starting, if you go to the field, you find a market, try to ask here. Because you need to observe. If the price of the food spike, people, I mean, especially the poor people, they don't have access to buy. So it's time for government to do the intervention, social protection, yeah. So all about the wealthiest household, yeah, spend more than their total expenditures on food. Jadi, if I'm rich, like wealthiest, like 50% my expenditure spent for food. So I'm also vulnerable if the food going up. So economically will be hampered as well. You see, like even for the wealthiest, do you know wealthiest grouping? Like Q, quantile 1 to 5. 1, 2 is poorest, poor. So like quantile 3 to 5 is this one is the wealthiest household categorized. So if the price of rice increase 1,000 rupiah, so once 10 cent, yeah, 1,000 rupiah per kilogram, per kg, yeah, reduce the consumption and increase the risk of stunting. So there is linking between the increase of the price of rice and possibility of the increase of the stunting. Increase in the rice, beef, chicken, fish, and egg prices led to lower consumption of increase of risk stunting. Remember that the government to promote the consumption of the protein, if you remember, for Indonesian. Yeah, the Ministry of Health promote, okay, for stunted children, you have to eat more protein source. But if don't have money to purchase fish, to purchase the only cheapest one, where? What? Egg, right? But some of, if children has allergy with eggs, they cannot eat eggs, right? So if climate attacking the sea acidification, ocean acidification, or sea level rising, the fish catching is reduced, right? And the price is expensive. So poor people, even living in the coastal close to the sea, they cannot afford to buy. Yeah. Now we are talking on adolescent girls and pregnant lactating women. Do you know what is the age category for adolescents? Can someone tell me? Adolescent girls age? Oh, global, international category. Adolescent is from 10 to 19. Adolescent, 10 to 19. So elementary school, the last one is still considered. You can browse, Google, you can Google adolescent girls and pregnant lactating women are the most vulnerable group. Yeah, we are grouping now. Adolescent girls and pregnant lactating women are the most vulnerable members at the household. So if something goes wrong with the shock, with the income, with the food consumption, so the most affecting group in the family is adolescent and pregnant lactating women. Yeah. Why? Because they require the high levels of nutrient intake. So the adolescent is starting to grow. Yeah, everything is hormonal, everything. They require more nutritious food, yeah, nutrient food. And then if very expensive in the local food, so this group will be affected first, and pregnant lactating women. So the targeting, if government has program, should focus on this two groups. Yeah. Why? Because the pregnant women will deliver the baby. If baby gets stunting, it's kind of the cycle. If baby gets stunting, then this is the intelligence or human capital competition will be lower, right? And suffering anemia, right? And then when become older, obese, right? And cardiovascular. So we have to try to cut in which change that can minimize the effect of the malnutrition. Yeah. So targeted intervention and fortification can reduce the burden of meeting their nutrition need and improving nutrition outcome. Yeah. So we need to target, because like Indonesia is huge, we don't have so much state budget to cover all region. We have to prioritize. Program need to be prioritized. Yeah. Okay. Okay, you see like this is the more like, nggak mau. Okay, you see this? This the look at, yeah, look at this one. This one is the pregnant lactating, 28%. This one is distribution household on the cost of nutritious diet. So if household Indonesia is categorized having like 5, yeah, 3 kids, mother and father, yeah, 5 family members. Look at the most distribution nutrition cost is going to adolescents and pregnant lactating. Yeah. If you look at this, yeah, look at the blue and the green. Look at the blue and the green. Blue like this and green. Yeah. You see, like here's irons. Yeah. So is the requirement energy intake higher at the adolescent, pregnant. If you see like the composition, mostly in the blue and dark green. Okay. Next. Do you want having break or I can continue? Continue, yeah. I see like some of the, it's quite heavy, yeah. A bit slipping. Or you need to do a little bit. Stretch. Let's stretch. Wake up. Stand up, stand up. Okay. Moving, stretch your body a little bit. Yeah, stretch. Stretching. Sitting all the time from morning, yeah. I stand up. Okay, let's continue. I still have a lot. Okay, agricultural system. Yeah, agricultural system have a strong potential to provide affordable, nutritious diet and all household. In the past, we have home gardening resilience, especially in rural. Yeah. Urban is hardly house to house. We don't have so much space, especially if living in the apartment. But you have to be creative. Yeah. You can produce your own. Yeah. So if agricultural system work well in the scheme of the food system, very strong potential to provide affordable, because if agriculture production is better with the diverse food, so the market volatility will be not happen. So the price is stable, the food is there, so people have access with the multiple choices of the healthy items. Yeah. So this will require to agricultural transformation. Yeah. Using the technology, so the farmers with the help of the government or the IT company can monitor for the calendar of agriculture when they have to plant, yeah, because the weather is the anomaly with the climate. But using the technology, the farmers can estimate when they do the planting, they do the harvest. Yeah. So technology need to be kicked in. Yeah. This will require the transformation and driven by the policies that align incentive with nutrition outcome. Yeah. Okay, look at this. This is my old data, 2021, but it seems. Who said that the tempeh is produced by, tempeh is liked by Indonesian people. Tempeh, tofu are the most cheapest source of the protein, right? But look at that. It is the soybean we are still importing, the soybean. Yeah, because the production of soybean in Indonesia, the what you call it, the type of the soybean, the size is not the same. So when you do fermentation, somehow it's problematic. Because for the produce the good tempeh, you need a fermentation, right? Which use like yeast. But remember that yes, tempeh is locally produced, but the soybean is coming from outside our country. So that's also kind of the fragile of the food system. I remember that several weeks that no tempeh, everybody is screaming, yeah, because the tempeh is the cheapest source of protein. But we have dependency with other countries to supply us with the soybean. See, 88%. Beef as well. Okay, beef is expensive. We have to eat less beef, yeah, after the climate change presentation. And there's the rice. I think we are still also importing because some of having like crop failures because of the climate. Then the Indonesia importing the small, not the big amount, but to maintain and also to supply and distribute the rice for the poor people. Okay, this is agriculture and trade policy require reform in order to support diverse production system, allowing price to come down, making nutritious diet more accessible. If you go to the market and the price is high, these people cannot afford to buy. Yeah. So the policy effort, yeah, to support the domestic rice production with the trade restriction. India, the government of India, they do not allow the rice is exported. So we remain in their country. Because we have El Nino, we have the climate change, we have pest uncontrolled because of the climate. So they have to manage self-sufficiency in their country. So the last, I think still now, if I read the newspaper, we are still importing the rice for small amount because we have like increased, I think, the rice distribution program for the poor people. And then who will affect like the hardest is the poorest population, poorest group. And then this one is we need to shift our orientation, yeah, on the public intervention. It's more like the trade policy. Okay, now I'll go to the conclusion of this research, yeah, because this research is having like the group discussion on the health, agriculture, and also social protection. How can this research can, if you do the research, the important is you can bring this research and on by the government so they can use for making or shifting their policy according to evidence base. Yeah. So on the health, I think exclusive breastfeeding is still even improved. It still need effort to do like more campaign because we are competing with the brand milk, yeah, substitute milk, yeah. Adequate support information mother caretaker during critical breastfeeding periods, because some of meat, give an example like the first breast milk is the colostrum, right? It's good for the baby to have more immunity, but some of the people in the village, they believe that this is not good for their baby. It's like dirty because the color is a bit yellowish, right? So we need to do like the education on this one. I don't know in Diponegoro whether you have kerja lapangan field work still. So it's important, I think, hopefully this session is also giving knowledge to you to promote something good, yeah, to the community, especially exclusive breastfeeding. And then implement monitor compliance policy regulation aiming to protect maternity in the workplace. Yeah. Sometimes when the challenge when you are worker mothers, yeah, and then your company or your office does not support the policy of breastfeeding, no place, so it's hard for you to pumping, I mean like the breast milk. Yeah, so I think university also need to start, maybe not all like youth that for the master or above, to support the policy on the maternity in the at the workplace, like maternity leave. In the United Nations system, we have 6-month maternity leave if you deliver the baby. So assuming 6 months is the exclusive breastfeeding, so mother can focus to breastfeed their children. Indonesia, in the past, we have taburia. Taburia is micronutrient sprinkle, so you can do like, I think Japanese a lot, but not sprinkle vitamin mineral, yeah. It's like seaweed for making your rice is more delicious, yeah. Korean and Japan I think a lot using that one. But this is the taburia, is the sprinkles for the vitamin mineral content that Indonesia has a program. Or everywhere, I think multiple micronutrient powder for the vitamin mineral. And important to scale up the nutrition education component, yeah, for the program, especially for the vulnerable group, yeah, children under 2 caretakers, adolescent girl, pregnant, and lactating. Because many in the urban and the rural, the baby managed by grandma or family. So we need to also give the education to the caretaker. And now, recent days, the involvement of the father, the papa also is important. So it's not because of only the job of the mother. A man, I mean like fathers also need to be educated to have like some contribution for their kid, yeah, in taking care of their kid. This is the hard one. Regulation for the processed food. If Canada, I think is quite strict, Canada, yeah. On the, okay, if you go to the supermarket, you will see the color. For instance, like if sugar is higher than 10 gram, if sugar higher than 20 gram, already alarming with different colors. So in Indonesia, we are going forward to that one, yeah. But then, since you know now, yeah, you have to see, if you buy like juice or vitamins, juice in the market, you have to see the content of the sugar. And be careful with the, I'm also like drinking coffee, but my coffee, since long ago, I never use sugar, so only black coffee. But here is like kopi kekinian, modern coffee. You go to coffee shop, it's not, they have like brown sugar, they have a whipped cream, oh, yummy, yeah? Whipped cream, and also very high sugary. So please be aware, because you are the future generations. We want to have like healthier generation for your country, for Indonesia, yeah? And then next one. This one is the last 2 slides is on the health priorities. And then this is about the social assistance or social protection. Do you remember the criteria that I just explained to you about nutrition specific and nutrition sensitive? If you look at the proportion between 2, nutrition specific contribute only 25–30% for the nutrition improvement. But the nutrition sensitive is contributing like 70%, even higher. But it's not because of higher you do this and you neglect this one. No. These 2 nutrition specific and nutrition sensitive approach have to work together. It's like husband and wife, work together, yeah. Yeah. In order to get more better nutrition outcome. How can nutrition sensitive has more nutrition outcome and indicator in their program? Social protection, water sanitations, agriculture's productions, that's one of the nutrition sensitive, so indirectly. But they contribute 70%, so it's a lot, more than 50%. Yeah. See like this, the social assistance, we have to see like the benefit packets, for example, like here we have like 10 kilogram of rice for free. In Bangladesh, when I visited that, they have like 50 kilogram. So they have already counting consumption by family members. So monthly distribution, 50 kilogram, and fortified. Actually, we have planned in Indonesia to do the rice fortification, but since the price of the rice very expensive, so it's hard to include the fortification costs for the government. Hopefully next school lunch, they can use the fortified rice. Okay. And don't forget to still keep the nutrition education component. Every program you have to educate, to promote to the community to understand. Like me, do the promotion to all of you for healthier diet, yeah, for being the agent of change wherever you are, in your family, in your field of work. Every time you educate. Okay, so the second one is because in Indonesia we have national and subnational. In Philippines or Japan, in Indonesia we have different kind of the government structure. We have policy level at the national levels, but then we have decentralization system at the district. So Indonesia we have like government structure at the national, province as a supervisory roles, and go down at the district levels led by mayor or the head of district. This is having like fully authority on this decentralization. So we need to do also strengthen the local government capacity, because sometimes the communication, there is a gap in two communications, yeah, two-way communication. We have policy, but the money is kept by the region, so we need to harmonize, to communicate better. So we need to strengthen the government capacity, and also we also need to include the social protection with nutritious food. But for the cash transfer, it's very hard because we give the money. But we need to educate through like conditional cash transfer, for instance, like if they receive the money, okay, you, for instance, like you have a pregnant woman, okay, you have to go to antenatal care. Okay, you have a young baby, you have to go for immunization. So there is, it should be like conditionality, cash transfer. There is an unconditionality usually used by the shock or emergency, short-term period, but for the long-term social protection, especially conditionality cash transfer, I think this is the best one, fitted, because we have asking something to the beneficiary before they receive the fund. Yeah, need to listen on the education, and you have to go to the antenatal care, you have to go to immunization before you receive the fund. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now it's about health, social assistance under this research, yeah. And now about the agriculture or food system. So, do you have program in Netherlands or Japan or Philippines on, for example, like school gardening or home gardening? Huh?
We have school gardening program.
Yeah. In Netherlands, maybe school lunch? No. Yeah, because you're developed country. You're underdeveloped country category. And population, not really so much. Yeah. Indonesia is 250 million now. And Japan? I think you have school lunch. Yeah, we learn from, because under the preparation of next school lunch, we learn also from JICA and ADB, Japan. Yeah. So for the Indonesia, we have the home gardening, but after transition, not really work actively. So this need to be activated. Yeah. Because if you have home gardening, even you have small land in your house, for instance, like Indonesian people, it's very shocked if the price of chili is going up like 100,000 more. So you can plant in your small land in your house, so no need to buy chili. Yeah, that is part of the resilience. It needs to be replicated, but hardly for the urban. Yeah, because urban we don't have so much space. Everything is building. Everywhere is building. Yeah. Prioritize the biofortified. I will explain later. Difference between post-harvest for rice fortification and biofortification. Biofortification is more like from the seed of the paddy. It's already content of the zinc. So, but only use single nutrient. But with post-harvest fortification, you can manage what do you want to top up. For example, they will make a grain looks like the paddy, but this is kind of the vitamins inside. So using the broken rice with the food technologies, then can develop look like rice, but this is content vitamin mineral. The inside the vitamin mineral, each country can manage. What do you want to add? How many? Yeah. Almost finished the time. Okay. The second one is improve market access for especially the smallholder farmers. Yeah. Improve availability, assess other bottleneck on the supply chains. Yeah. Supply chain also is important for the food waste. Go back to the climate change. For food waste, especially in the middle income country, is caused by the failure supply chains, because for the perishable food, they cannot store it is a problem. So when they arrive for selling, the quality is not really good anymore. Yeah. Then it's important I put the red color, strengthen linkages between the food system and social assistance by including post-harvest fortified or biofortifications like rice with existing social assistance program, thus ensuring this intervention reach the most vulnerable population. Again, that now in Indonesia we don't have so much the food transfer. Yeah, in the past we have cash for food for work. Yeah, but now we don't have it anymore, and we need to do like the group of fortification, because we have many group of nutrition in country. So the group of fortification now launched the large scale food fortification. Indonesia has obligatory or fortification for salt, oil, and wheat. But the staple food not yet arrived to that direction. So hopefully if you eat with the high technology, so you cannot define anymore which one that the rice with vitamin mineral. So you can eat like as a common rice you eat, but it's more like nutritious. The rice is more nutritious content. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is rice fortification and bio. The different I have already explained. Okay, this is the easy comparisons. Yeah, if the require the regulation, yeah, of course, each country has standard. In your country, Philippines, you only have singles rice fortification by iron. At the time, I'm asking why only iron? Because if the post harvest, you can add anything. Yeah, iron. In Indonesia, it's still following WFP recommendation. You can see if you go for Tokopedia, you can, but it's very expensive after fortified. Fortified produced by Bulog or Nutri Rice produced by Food Station is already selling online, but not all people buying, because the price is very expensive, like double than 30%, 50% more the price than the common rice. Yeah. I don't know in your country. You check it out, the brand, the rice, fortified rice with iron. Philippines has it. All rice. All rice. So now becoming the public. What we have is a bio-fortified, different with post-harvest fortified rice. Bio is from the seed, so it's agriculture part. When you plant the rice, they have already zinc inside, but the only single nutrient. But with the post-harvest, you can add several vitamin mineral in the post-harvest fortified rice. So there is a plus and minus for the post-harvest and biofortified rice. I just show you a bit this one, yeah. definition on the nutrition specific program. Yeah, you can see. Remember, specific, so direct, targeting directly. Yeah. Look at this one is adolescent hair, dietary supplementation, breastfeeding also including this. But if you look at this, yeah, agriculture, food security, social safety net, yeah, social protection is under the nutrition sensitive. This one is 70%, this one is 30%, but they have to work together, yeah, to get better like school performance and learning capacity. This also we can reduce the obesity and non-communicable disease if these work together, and work capacity and productivity, because anemia also, we tackle anemia maybe through rice fortification on the social safety net and improve the cognitive, and this will reduce the morbidity and mortality. Yeah, almost. Okay, hopefully 5 minutes I can finish. This one I just give you a glance on the typology of the social protection. Yeah, so social protection has several types, but look like the social assistant here. Yeah, socially, this is the cash transfer, voucher, or in-kind transfers. So school lunch, Indonesia will have a big program under the next government on the school lunch. So the school lunch is part of the social transfer, social assistant. Back to on board the school lunch. And then public work program, in the past we have food for work, yeah. So but now mostly in Indonesia using the cash transfer. Cash transfer actually defined two. One is conditionality. Conditionality, if, for example, having a pregnant women, they have to go to antenatal care first before receiving the cash by the government. Or a kid, immunization first before receiving the money. Yeah. So if me, I would prefer the conditional cash transfer rather than unconditional. Unconditional just give to those like living below poverty lines, just give like, but that's more shorter. With the long-term social protection program, we can do more. Yeah, we can combine more, and we can see better results because longer term, not the short term. Short term shock, remember in the past from the subsidized food is allocated for unconditional cash transfer. And the targeting is important because social protection, the challenge is about the targeting. Yeah, who is eligible to receive the cash? Yeah, it should be, but many like inclusion and exclusion error. Inclusion error, it means like those people who are not supposed to receive the cash fund, but they will receive. This is inclusion error. Yeah, exclusion error for those who are poor, but they are not included in the program. So this is more or less, yeah. We also, Indonesia has a huge social insurance program. And this is, I think, my last slide. I'll bring you back the food security concept, yeah. So if you look at this, food security, how social protection can enhance how social protection program. So social protection program is the nutrition sensitive, right, indirect, can enhance food security and nutrition. Yeah. So food security, social protection can help because it has the potentials, yeah, to help the securing for people, yeah, to have access to food, access healthy diets, yeah. And then this one is the availability, yeah. What's wrong? It's not working. It's not working. Okay. You see, like the food availability, we can support for better agriculture, yeah, production through public work and asset creation. I remember in the Flores area, in the past, government in the past had a huge program on the food for work or cash for work. So community work, then government will compensate with the food or the cash, yeah. So if you have production, good production in agriculture, but you don't have access, the road is not feasible, that is hard to sell your agriculture product. Yeah. Incentive local production, and then food for food security or food accessibility, people can obtain in physical and finance, yeah, physical and economic. Remember, yeah, for the accessibility. So with this social protection, household can increase their income, yeah, increase access through physical distribution or school lunch. School lunch will help. Because in certain area in Indonesia, school student, elementary school, and they have to walk quite far Sometimes they are barefoot, yeah. And then stomach is hungry because no breakfast from home, so school lunch will help them. But we need to have a clear indicator, what do you want to achieve under school lunch program. Because a bit like, if you call like in the medical term, neglected tropical disease like worm, it's also important to have the worming program. So if you have a high worm infestation, you give the food, breakfast or lunch, the worm will eat. So the kid is remain the same, anemia. So I think it has to be combining the program. And also like school garden also is a good example. Yeah, if you read the Google, many school garden in African countries, yeah, because they are living in the rural. And then the utilization, yeah, we need to messaging to promote the good health, nutrition, and dietary diversity. Also food safety, don't forget food safety. On the school lunch also is important, food safety. To ensure that food prepared well, to ensure that the box is recycled, yeah, not using like the plastic. So it's good to really like engaging the local community, engaging the people at the local level and using the local production. So purchase from the local market and then cook at the school. That's the ideal of the school lunch. It's not like ready to food, bring from the box and then give you like plastic packaging and you will get headache how to waste this plastic, right? Plastic lunch. Yeah, so it's need to be considered by the team expert that preparing for the next school lunch program in Indonesia. And then stability, this all like build resilience, household and community to shock, yeah, and household consumption. So it's a kind of the food system, food security. It's kind of interconnectivity. So you cannot stand alone. So it has to be like ensuring all stables, ensuring all having access. So this will work well. So one disruption, like when you were a child, maybe you like to play a seesaw, ya. Apa ya di sini bilangnya? Gadung kit ya. So you need to have balance. If you are too heavy like this, then having a balance. Yeah. Okay, thank you for listening. I think we still have like, hopefully I get in time. I don't actually many notes on my presentation, but I try to make superficial. I look forward for question and answer because we have 10 minutes more. Yeah, this afternoon I think you will don't get bored with me. I will still be here to guide you on together with a colleague from Diponegoro University for a case study and group discussion this afternoon. Any question? Feel free. Who like pomegranate? You like it? The lima? It's hard now to find pomegranate. Almost disappear. Or what is in English ya? Srikaya. Tropical fruit. Buah srikaya. Hardly to to find. Srikaya di bahasa Inggris apa ya? Can someone try to find Google? Srikaya. Huh? No, that's sirsak. Oh, that's wrong. Soursop is a sirsak. Srikaya, coba Pak dilihatin di Google. Sour, yeah, sugar apple. Okay, I'm looking forward for a question, maybe for colleague from Philippines, and then the second one. Hope I can answer. Yeah, after this you, please go ahead.
Good morning. So I'm Janelle from the Philippines, and I would like to please ask if you could share more about the incentive for food production. That's also one of our issues in the Philippines, but we don't have a program like that. Thank you.
Thank you. Next. Next.
Okay,
Please.
thank you. My name is Nindya. I am from postgraduate of nutrition science, Undip. I would like to ask several questions, maybe two or more questions. Is it allowed? Okay. Like first question, as we all know that Indonesian government soon will applying a school lunch program for school children, but it is proposed the allocation of the each children, it is below 10,000 rupiah. It is proposed that less than 10,000 rupiah. And in your earlier slide, the cost for healthy diet per capita could be 14 to 16,000. And will this school lunch program that proposed less than 10,000 per children will be effective to tackle the nutrition problem in school children? That's my first question. And my second question is, you mentioned that adolescent in the age of 10 to 19 years old is one of the most vulnerable group because they need a higher level of nutrient. My question is, why not toddler? Because toddler also need a high level of nutrition requirement. Adolescent in the age of like 14 to 16 years old, they already stop growth spurt. And so why not toddler like that? And my third question will be the cash transfer program. How the assessment of this achievement of the cash transfer program, like the frequency of the assessment, is it every 6 months or every year? And how the assessment of the achievement? That's my question. Thank you.
Okay. Test. Thank you. I'll try to answer. I think it's quite a good question for both of you from the Philippines first, on the incentive for food production, agriculture production. I give example in Indonesia perhaps might be fitted to your country. The most important thing is political leadership, political will, political commitment. So in the past, give an example like in Indonesia, we have a subsidized fertilizer, for example. But now it's more like targeting. So ideally, all the program will answer to your question on the school land, etc. Ideally, if our country or government has sufficient budget, ideally, we need to approach the life cycle approach program. But if you don't have sufficient budget, you have to prioritize the program, right? Prioritize the program means where is the most critical part that you have to intervene. So the second thing, there's the fertilizer we have in the past subsidized program. And the second one is about the tractors. Because, for example, if you use the animals to make soil more healthy, productive, when you plant something, you want to get a good result, right? But if you use animal, I think animal welfare now is concerning, But if you use the manual, take your time and wow, young farmers is going all to urban to find another job. So the government actually has in the past it's not really like regulars, but some sport areas in Indonesia, the governments, local governments or national government, they provide tractor for free, but used by the community, for example. I just give two examples. My last example on the water irrigation also important. Climate, no water, right? So the water irrigation, especially piping, should maintain by the community, right? Otherwise, having like cash transfer, cash for work, and then using only for certain community. So I think it should be like approached by community-based approach. I think 3 example is enough. Butika kita udah tanya jawab nggak apa-apa ya? Okay, now it's school lunch This is 2021 research that need to be updated, but believe that even higher the cost. That's why for the school lunch, it's still like ongoing discussion on the how can we, because the new government not yet inaugurated, so we are waiting actually by October, but agreed that the cost of the school lunch need to be calculated well, because as I said, the region by region difference, but maybe advisable that if they can procure locally, but it has to be, they should have a strict guideline, so we limit the corruption, yeah, through the proper procurement. Yeah. So if we purchase locally, we are also strengthening the local community, right? Who produce the vegetable, who produce the eggs, egg farmers, yeah, nearby. But how the mechanism, I cannot say a lot on this one, but we have some learning. When I work with World Food Program, we have a huge program in school lunch in India. And in India, they also have included the fortified rice. So it's more like giving access to school students to have or to eat nutritious food. On the years, I wish that all cycle can be, we can help, yeah, the all cycle of life. But while toddlers not the prioritization, this is back to prioritization. We have Indonesia have stunting reduction program. So it means stunting reduction program has already covered the supplementation, iron supplementation, iron folic supplementation for adolescent girls and also for pregnant women. Yeah, and then for the stunting reduction, National Food Agency, Badan Pangan Nasional also has another program on the beragam bergizi seimbang dan aman. It's like at the region levels, helping out. For the toddler, I'm not saying that this is not important, but again that it's up to the budget availability, and we have to prioritize more. If we can do better on the stunting, we can reduce. I think toddler can be continuous, because we have the stunting program focusing under 2. Remember, I just give an example and definition on the malnutrition. Yeah, malnutrition, undernutrition defining by fasting and stunting. Stunting, why we are focusing on 1,000 days? Because that's the most critical part of the growth. It's a brain development, all in this age. Yeah, including what? Including the breastfeeding exclusive. 6 months, all countries the same. Wherever you live in Africa, you live in Indonesia, you live in America, breastfeeding, when during the breastfeeding period, all the brain development is the same. But once the complementary feeding is coming with the less balanced and less nutritious diet, then the growth faltering and weight faltering is starting. So stunting is a chronic malnutrition. If you don't do seriously on to the reduction stunting program, yeah, reduction stunting program many, yeah, including breastfeeding, complementary feedings, until it's under 2, monitoring, and give like some combined with the social protection for the stunting program. After beyond 2, some of experts estimate until 3 years, but globally using 2 years as cutoff, then all stop the brain development. What is the implication? Implication, stunting children, obese, non-communicable disease. Stunting children has some limitation on the brain development. So we need to have a human capital in the next. So this is also that's why the president focused on this one, because otherwise you have a building but you don't have the people. Yeah. The last one, your last question on the assessment, yeah, cash transfer. Yeah. If I can advise all the program, actually there is no like, I'm the champion of one program. As I said, the health problem is not only the job of Ministry of Health, everywhere. But we have to work in integration way. So one program can complementary to other program. They have for the cash transfer, example in our country, they have a field officer, so outreach. Yeah, you can browse on the program Keluarga Harapan. I think that's a huge program, conditional cash transfer program. Then the monitoring usually also we see like in the research involving like academia, many reference you can browse also. Then usually for naturals research base, using the academia researchers to really look at and supported by donor like can be from Australia or UN. We work together with the government. Because Indonesia is middle income country, is all development partners are not giving. We are providing technical assistance. Yeah, because we have a huge state budget, but we see like how can that the development partner, whether national development partner, CSO, civil society organization, or UN, or donor, or country, G2G, really helping the government in providing technical expertise, TA. Not like in the past, like when I worked in the World Food Program in the past during the economic crisis, we have the food aid distribution, like fortified biscuit, fortified noodles, or any kind of like cash forward program. But now, our country now is categorized as middle income. So many a way of support given by the development partner is changing. So it's more like technical expertise, research, or policy support, policy development support, using the evidence base on the policy formulation. So it's a way of working like that. But believe that there's still like monitoring. But of course, as a program, there is like weaknesses and strong and weaknesses everywhere that we need to learn more. And we can learn through the short cooperation, short triangular. But when I work with the German cooperation, we learn a lot on the social protection from Latin America. They are very strong, having very strong social protection. So I think why you are here from Philippines, why you are here from Japan and Netherlands, because we can exchange learning from country to country, and I think that's an excellent process that you can change the knowledge. Hope my answer is sufficient or no? Hah? Cukup? Cukup. Oke. Mungkin satu dua lagi Bu, boleh? One two question. I want to listen from Netherlands participant. You look very quiet. You can go, or maybe you share what I explained. Would love to get your feedback as well. Maybe example from your country. Which field that you study? Medicine. Okay. I mentioned a bit on the waterborne disease due to the climate, on the water situation. Maybe you can share because Netherlands is I think advancing on the climate change renewable energy, using the wind and using the solar panels. I think your country is advancing on that one. Thank you. Maybe, okay.
Yeah, hello, my name is Rutger from Radboud University, Netherlands. I think what you are questioning about waterborne diseases, well, many diseases we see here a lot, like the tropical diseases, yeah, we don't have them in the Netherlands. So, yeah, most waterborne diseases, I'm not really sure if we see a change in that. Of course, the food we eat is a bit different. There's no rice. Well, we eat rice in the Netherlands, but it's all imported. And well, although the Netherlands are well one of the big players in new technology for climate change. We are only experiencing a bit changes in temperature now, and well, one of the biggest things in climate change for later is that the Netherlands are on a low sea level, so we don't have big problems now. I think in crops and food problems, also because of being able to import much food. I don't, yeah, I'm not really sure what I can tell more about it. Don't know if my colleague has any any more to say, but yeah, for now, no other questions. Also, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. So I think in Netherlands, I just back from Netherlands a couple months ago. They have a quite advanced in renewable energy, mostly like using winds and solar panel, and they already changed. I think your country mostly using the electricity vehicle, right? Yeah, and some of still fuel proportion. Yeah, so yeah. Then about the cost of diet, I speak about the rice because mainly in Indonesia, but then again that cost of diet country to country has different preferences, yeah. Like many, like maybe like even in Indonesia, in Jayapura or in NTT, they consume a lot of maize and also tuber, yeah. So we can adjust on that one. But I want to share something on sini aja deh. Indonesia, we have a little bit. I just give like 1 minute, Bu. Isi piringku ya, Phil. So Indonesia, we have the references for one-time meals, yeah. Yeah.
Indonesian my plate, yes.
Yeah. Many teacher still remember 4 sehat 5 sempurna. 4 healthy, 5 better. But now actually Indonesia changed. It's like promote the isi piringku. So one-time meal you should have like this one. It's like, remember my slide? Go 2 and 3. Go to fruit and 3 vegetables. Promotion, for example. So this one is like maybe 2 portion of fruits. This one is 3 portion of the vegetable because this is like 1/3, right? If compare. Veggie. And if you want to get like some more source of the irons, it's like green leafy vegetable. Very easy access here in Indonesia. Spinach, kangkung, morning glory, yeah. And there's many like kailan's, cabbage, broccoli is available. And this one is the protein source, yeah. Protein source can be from fish, but animal protein source is having like higher content of iron rich compared to tempeh or beans, yeah. I do not give you a session on the specific type of food nutrition because it's not part of this climate, but I just want to touch a bit on the, this one is carb source. So I think still can be, I don't know, in your country from Netherlands, it's still, I believe you have this one recommended one-time meals, but maybe different proportion. For me, it's still high in this one, the carb, yeah, 2/3. 2/3 or half, this one is 2/3, yeah. So maybe tomorrow you should do like this. You eat more fruit, vegetable, and less carb. Yeah, much better. It's high in fibers, yeah? Yes. Here is the carb can be from rice, potato, rice, yam, corn. In Africa, they have millet. In Indonesia, we have also sorghum. Do you know sorghum? Now it's quite a lot planting in it's a part of Indonesia. Sorghum. You try to Google and check the image of sorghum. We have many in entity apart from maize. Yeah. And this is protein source, of course. Not only animal source, tempeh tofu also, But as my presentation, soybean 88% imported, yeah. So locally produced, but then we have dependency on the beans itself from outside Indonesia. Okay, Bu. One time? Satu lagi? One more? If you have? Oh, habis ya, Bu. Okay. Thank you very much for listening my presentation.
Give applause for Dr. Melania. Thank you very much. Okay, the participant, unfortunately, we have to end the second session. I hope you keep in your mind the point from Dr. Melania so you can reflection for tomorrow. Okay, so please enjoy for the lunch. And the foreign student, have you tasted tempe since you've been here? Is it okay? Oh, nice. Okay. Nanti dibeliin ya. Okay, so let's enjoy the lunch. We pack this room for 1 p.m. Okay? Summer course on the system medicine. Bye. Thank you, thank you. Okay, let's go into lunch.